Hello and welcome back. Let me open up my project. Oops, wrong button. Recent project. There we go. Uh, Gee, gosh, it seems like 5 minutes ago I just made one of these, and I think that was the case. More like 30 minutes ago. So we're on part 2 of my little Christmas candle project. I'm writing it in Basic, Commodore Basic version 2, if you want to know. But I was wanting to mention this last video, but one of the inspirations I had for doing this was a gentleman who wrote a version of Space Invaders for the TRS-80, and it was over at Armchair Arcade, and the guy's name is Sean Delahunty. I hope I spelt that or pronounced that correctly. But anyway, he wrote a game called Retro Zap, which was a Space Invader clone, and he wrote it in Basic. And if you go to his blog, and I'll give you a link below when I get this video up, it's an interesting read. There's 3 different parts, but I think it was pretty cool of what he did with Basic and the TRS-80. Anyway, that being said, let's go ahead and get on to with the second part of our video. Now, the first thing we need to do is start getting our variables set up. And like I said, this is not really a tutorial. I'll start at 5. I'm going to be fumbling my way through this. So the first thing I will do is actually define my function by using this line here. And this will be a random number function. So it will return a random number between 0 and th minus 1. Alright, that's done. Whew, this is exciting. Coding. Hoo-hoo. Alright, let's, I'll just do it in 5s. Now we'll start with our other variables here. Awkward pause. L equals 0. Now I'll just start zeroing these out. X actually, to save room, x equal 0. It's going to take me a while to get in the swing of this. Oops. Equals 0. Px equals 0 equals 0. Now you might be wondering why I'm zeroing this stuff out, and that's just basically it's a good habit if you get in any kind of programming. It's always good when you define your variables, especially if you're getting into a language that has pointers. You define your pointers. Good to have a pointing to null. Otherwise, weird things can happen. Background color and stuff. I'm gonna have to look up some stuff as far as values for setting the background color and setting the border color and whatnot, but I'll get to that later. We'll just go ahead and finish setting this stuff up. So we'll go to 15, dim, RF, and if you remember, RF is right flame. And I got a piece of paper here, and I probably should have wrote this down. And I was going to have 6. Dim. Wick. What was wick? Wick was W, wasn't it? WI. And that was 6, if I remember correctly. Dim. What was next? Left flame. LF, and left flame was 6. And dim, middle flame, which was MF, and that was 3. 20. Dim, what was after middle flame? Top flame TF, and that was 4. Now this probably won't make sense right away, but unless you know what an array is, but I'm just setting up an array to hold values, and it'll just be the values will be, they'll be numeric values, and they will be just a numeric value for a graphic element, which will represent part of a flame, and we'll just randomly call one of these numeric values every frame and poke it on screen and make it flicker. So, and what was the last one? Candle top. And candle top was CT, and that was 4. Sweet. I feel like we're getting somewhere, don't you? Alright, the next things we need to do would be well, let me make sure this stuff runs already. I'm going to go ahead and build and run it and see if I don't get any syntax errors. Sweet. It works. Alright. Yes, I do. The colors are some values I need to look up. So what I'm going to do is go to a website that I have, and boom, there it is. It was colors and graphics, and under there it was colors, no, printing colors. Alright, here are our colors. There's 16 colors in the Commodore 64. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, let's see if we can find a better representation of the colors. It's printing, color codes. It seemed like there was a better peeks and pokes. There we go. Aha, that's what we want right there. This is our little friend. Excuse me. So, using that, we can go to 25, RD equal, and there we go. Whoops. Whoops. Red was a 2. Alright. 2. Next, white. 3T equals, I think that was 1. Yep, that was 1. BB was black, and I know that equals 0. And GR was gray, and that was going to be, well, we have gray 3, gray 1, let's go gray 12, gray 2, which is 12. Now, if we were using RGB values, this would be a little bit easier, because I know that 128, 128, 128 is gray in the RGB scale. Yellow equals, and these colors here are preset, so that's 7, which is something Commodore did, or their engineers did, and LR was light red when they were making this machine. So 10, light red is 10. Alright, 30. Okay, I have over here BC and BH, which stand for border color and background color. And it's kind of a lie. In reality, it stands for border, memory address, and background. Background memory address, which is something else I am going to need to look up. So, the border, which should be right here. Boom. Okay, border is 53280. And the background is 53281. Joy. Now, character color is something I think I'll be sitting later, so I can, oops, he equals 0. I can set that to 0, and same with character. And clear screen, I don't think I'm going to be using that, but my throwaway variable will equal 0 too. Now, remember that our variable goes for the name of this random number function, so we really don't need that. But one thing I would like to include is a subroutine to clear the screen. Now, I will put that 2000 to whatever, miscellaneous subroutines, which is going to include the clear screen one. So we will go 2000 rem clear screen, 2005 print chr string, was it 147, 2010 return, to return from our subroutine. And why don't we go ahead and we'll go ahead and change the border and the background to black. So poke BC, comma, BB, poke BH, comma, BB. And then we'll go sub 2000. And with that in there, it'll go here, jump, clear screen, return, and then it'll end. So if all goes well, it'll clear the screen black. It'll make the border in the background black, and then it'll clear the screen. So let's go ahead and build and run. Boom. There it is. Boom goes the dynamite. Whoop, there it is, right? Anyway, we have gotten pretty far in this video. I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and then the next one we can start getting into the meat of the program, which is probably going to be the hardest. And then after that, we'll see what we can do. When I do get this done, I'll go ahead and upload these files online for anybody who wants to download them and play with them. And as always, if you like the video, hit subscribe or hit like or share it or do whatever. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you next video. Goodbye.